Hello and welcome to part 4 of my little build series of my Lexus IS300. Sadly, this video is not gonna feature a lot of video clips, but more still photos due to the fact that, well, at this time last year I was a bit of a time crunch, so I didn't have the much of a focus on filming and rather just take pictures. In hindsight, that wasn't a great idea, but... And here, this is the same night I brought the car from Sweden. It was stored in my friend's barn, a dry barn. So, yeah. And this is from when we picked the car up to put it closer to the workshop where it's been ever since. And this is where we dropped it off. It was a quite hectic night. And yeah, it looks quite dirty, to say the least. And this was the position it held for 3 months, I think. Yeah. And yeah, needed a wash, that's for sure. Which I gave it at some point. It looks a bit rough, which it was, so I guess that's fine. But yeah, we did do some work on it when it was parked at my friend's garage. This is from the inside, you can see how dirty it is. So yeah. And here I'm just rinsing it. I wasn't allowed to use any chemicals due to there being no drainage, but yeah. Here's the gearbox in the back of the car, and yeah, as you can see, no engine. In hindsight, I should have painted the engine bay when it was engineless, but I guess, yeah, that's just one of those things. Still looks very dirty. But yeah, everything was there, power steering lines and such, so that was a good thing. The car had a engine heater, so you could plug power to the front of the bumper and then it will be heated. Yeah, this is some of the manual parts I saw from a wrecker in Sweden. It always looks better when rinsed off. Here you can see the rust, or some of it. It's, yeah, this is the car I picked up the manual transmission part from, the pedals. And also got some of the interior pieces. It's not fun working under the steering column, that's for sure. Yeah, and here are some of the pieces. I think it ended up costing me less than $100, so it wasn't too bad. Here's some of the parts after paying. There was also some parts from my Mitsubishi Colt CZT, so it's not entirely fair. I did up getting some more parts, as you see here. I didn't get the bumper. It was messed up, but in hindsight, I should have just bought it and flipped it off, or flipped it on Marketplace or whatever. But yeah, I didn't bring the hacksaw first time, or the sawzall rather. But yeah, the piece I cut out, I haven't even fitted it yet because I don't know whether it's actually necessary due to my shift column, or shift linkage rather. But yeah, it was, I think, $10 or something like that, so it's not really end of the world. This was some of the parts I took out of the car. It had an alarm system and various weird added features that I didn't felt the need for. And here I've installed the third pedal, still with the automatic shifter in it, as you can see. And yeah, the master cylinder. And I think, yeah, this is some of the parts for the conversion. It's from PMC, and it's original Sachs clutch parts as well, as you see here. Yeah. And yeah, this is the PMC adapter kit, or the adapter for the gearbox to the engine. I bought it from my friend who's got the E30 with the 2J. And yes, what you see here is the all return and the turbo and some of the parts for the turbo. And this was the ECU, Max ECU race. And this is from when we got the car from my friend to the workshop it is at right now. And this is also some of the parts from the engine heater or whatever it's called. Yeah, the gearbox is massive. This is some Swedish Balkanese. And yeah, this is the first time I've had it on the lift. And some more of the engine assemble. And the first time trying out the wheels. They are quite wide for the chassis. And yeah, this is also from test fitting and testing things out before putting it in the engine bay. You're just figuring out whether what I've got is good enough. And yeah, tried test fitting it. I didn't really want to hammer the bottom of the car in order to fit the transmission. So what we did was I drilled 2 new holes, or 4 new holes rather, to fit the engine a bit farther in the engine bay, making more room. This is from some of the rust, the repairs. One side was worse than the other, but yeah, it had to be done. These Japanese cars don't like the Nordic climate, that's for sure. And we also solved our roads, and that doesn't help at all, that's for sure. As you see here, there's always way more rust than what you just see with your naked eye. My friend is very experienced welder, or what is it called? I don't know what the term is for rust repair guy, but he's very, very skilled. And yeah, it obviously also needed new brakes, so I got some upgrade Brembo. I didn't want to upgrade the calipers and the whole system due to the fact that I wanted to be able to, you know, have some fat ass tires on the back, especially. But yeah, they do stick out a bit, so to this day I'm still figuring out whether I'm gonna run these as is or I'm gonna roll the fenders and do some other stuff in order to get them to stay inside the fender line. Yeah, also picks up some tires, Toyo R888 Sim Slicks. And yeah, this is actually a video clip for once. It is such a nice job he did. I am planning to put on side skirts, so that's why I told him that the finish didn't need to be show-like quality. And yeah, obviously rust prevented the holes. I did give them some black so it didn't look like primer. I think I'm gonna show how far the rust is up on the left side. Or not. But yeah, it was really nice seeing everything come together little by little. But yeah, there's when I look back at this, there's still a lot of work to be done, that's for sure. Such a nice looking interior for what it is. Basically just Japanese 3 Series. Oh yeah, that's the pedal for the drive-by-wire. It was from Lexus IS250. No, yeah, same thing, but IS220D diesel, but same part number. And it worked really good. It worked really good, rather. And here's the original gearbox, A650E, I believe it's called. not far from test fitting the, yeah, it's right here on cue. Test fitting the gearbox and engine in the new place, and it fits. Also trying to test fit the intercooler, and as you see here, there's not a lot of headroom left between the radiator and the engine. And the hood could close, and here's just a typical Danish lunch. Can't believe how much I had to cut and drill, but yeah, still, that's not too good looking with the tires sticking out like that, but yeah. Oh, and here I also think I'm gonna show the GTE intake, and that I had to cut the hood, the inside braces of the hood, and that's just, oh, don't look at that, that's just god awful. And yeah, the previous owner, or the owner before that rather, he painted the calipers blue. Yuck. Yeah, here's the GT intake. I had the lower runners from the GE welded to the upper. And yeah, here's the cutout. So the hood could shut. Here's just a template for what had to be done. And yeah, the flywheel is so good looking. I will be getting a GT valve covers as well, but yeah, right now the priority is just to get the car out and running, and I'm pretty close to that. Here's the gearbox. It's a 6-speed from a E60 530D. Yeah, should be rated for 1,000 Newton meters, so that should be plenty. Here's some Danish pastries. Can't go wrong with those. And yeah. Oh, this was the relay box from Lexus I ended up getting. Yeah, and I needed some parts for the exhaust, 4-inch exhaust from, what was that, Turbo Decay, I think. Yeah, here's the difference between the two coils, NGK coils. I ended up using the shorter ones, of course. And yeah, tedious rust repair, but I guess it had to be done, so that's just the way it is. Obviously the wheels were grinded down. Oh, and remember, change your cabin filter. I know this was a bit extreme, but yeah. And then I had to find a solution for the propeller shaft. Ended up using some half parts of a BMW propeller shaft and half of the original. And yeah, this is some parts from F-ejector, and I think this is it for now. The next video will be featuring a lot more clips. And yes, I've changed my approach, so of course I've been recording a lot more in recent times. Yeah, but that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you in part 5 of this series. Thank you very much. Bye bye.